Hello, Alabama friends. Jalen Milroe expected to replace $230 million NFL quarterback? This is an incredible surprise for Milroe and Bama. Could this really happen? Or should he stay with the team? Let's see your application before we continue with the news. Let's go! Jalen Milroe is in the college football spotlight. The Alabama Crimson Tide quarterback, who played a key role in a solid 9-3 season, faces one of the most important decisions of his career: whether to declare for the 2025 NFL Draft or return for his senior year in Tuscaloosa. Milroe's numbers from the 2024 season speak for themselves. With 15 touchdowns through the air, 20 on the ground and over 3,300 total yards, he has established himself as a key part of Alabama's offense. Under Kalen DeBoer, the Crimson Tide have found in the young quarterback a leader who not only delivers on the field, but also inspires his teammates with a combination of resilience and determination. But as the dust settles from the season, the rumors are starting to pick up steam. Milroe's name is already appearing in mock drafts, projected as a possible successor to Deshaun Watson on the Cleveland Browns. The connection to Watson, whose historic $230 million contract seemed to solidify his position in Cleveland, opens an intriguing new chapter. A devastating Achilles injury has fueled speculation, while Jameis Winston's limited performance has left the Browns' offense in trouble. Milroe, with his throwing and running ability, is seen as the ideal player to bring energy to the team. However, the decision is not as simple as it seems. For Milroe, the prospect of joining the NFL is a life-changing opportunity and a status few athletes achieve. The prospect of being drafted in the first round and receiving a multi-million-dollar offer is tempting for any college player. But there's more at stake than money. Milroe's connection to Alabama goes beyond wins and stats. He's a cornerstone of the program, and his departure would leave a void that would be hard to fill. His return in 2025 would not only be a statement of loyalty to the Crimson Tide, but also a chance to pursue glory in the college football playoff, which will expand to 12 teams. With DeBoer at the helm and a talented roster in the works, Milroe could lead Alabama to an unforgettable season. That emotional connection to the program is shared by many fans, who still harbor hope of seeing him back. Despite the growing rumors, there's no guarantee he'll declare for the draft. For Milroe, there's a fine line between continuing to build his Alabama history and answering the call of the NFL. At the same time, the future in Cleveland presents challenges. The Browns have no recent history of success, and the pressure of replacing a quarterback with such high expectations could be enormous. Milroe would have to prove, from the outset, that he is the missing piece to turn around the fortunes of a struggling franchise. Is he ready for that? Or would it be wiser to return to the comfort and familiarity of Tuscaloosa, where he can refine his game and emerge even more prepared in 2026? For now, it's all speculation. But what is certain is that Milroe has the potential to transform any team he represents. Whether in a Crimson Tide uniform or in center field in Cleveland, he has already secured a place among the greats of college football. For Alabama, hope remains that Jalen Milroe's story at Bryant-Denny Stadium has not yet reached its final chapter. I'd love to hear your thoughts on this Milroe issue. This time the committee got it wrong, say Bama fans. Alabama's elimination from the college football playoff this year has left a bitter taste in the hearts of Crimson Tide fans. And speaking of DeBoer, in his first season as head coach, the team finished with a solid 9-3 record. However, the CFP committee's decision to award the final spot to SMU based on overall wins and a less challenging schedule is being widely questioned, especially after the Mustangs' crushing 38-10 loss to Penn State. SMU's performance against the Nittany Lions was anything but competitive. 2 first-half pick-sixes by Kevin Jennings contributed to a humiliating 28-0 halftime lead. While the Mustangs went on to win the ACC title with an impressive 8-0 conference record, their lack of major opponents on the schedule, such as Miami, Syracuse, and Georgia Tech, was a risky choice by the committee. For many, the game made it clear that SMU was not prepared for the level of competition that the CFP demands. Alabama fans are understandably frustrated. Many believe that the Crimson Tide, even with 3 losses, would have put up a more competitive performance against Penn State. And it's hard to disagree. Alabama has faced tough opponents like Ole Miss and South Carolina and has shown quality throughout the season, even in close losses. Facing teams of Penn State's caliber is the kind of challenge that the Alabama program is accustomed to facing and often overcoming. The story on social media has been relentless. Comments like the one from Pro Football Talk, pointing out the struggles of smaller teams in the expanded playoffs, reflect the opinion of many sports fans. Brandon Bargo was blunt in stating that the selection of SMU over Alabama will be remembered as a historic mistake by the CFP committee. And Matt Jones summed up the general sentiment when he said that it was obvious to anyone who watched football that Alabama should have been the pick. For Kalen DeBoer, this season has been a valuable learning experience. Taking over a program with Alabama's history and expectations is no easy task, and he showed promise in leading the team to a respectable campaign. However, the CFP's absence serves as a reminder of the razor-thin margins that separate success from disappointment in college football. With a season under his belt and a promising group of returning players, DeBoer has the opportunity to use that frustration as fuel for a comeback in 2025. SMU's loss only intensified the debate over the CFP's criteria. Strength of schedule is, and always will be, a contentious issue. Alabama, with its tradition, quality of opponents and history of high-level games, seemed like a more natural choice for the playoffs. Now, let's hope that the lessons learned from this year will translate into an even stronger season for the Crimson Tide. If there's one thing for sure, it's that Alabama never stays down for long. The program is driven by a culture of excellence, and Crimson Tide fans can expect the team to come back with a vengeance. For DeBoer and company, 2025 has already begun. And we're moving forward. And the debate is far from over. Former Crimson Tide running back Mark Ingram chimed in, highlighting the frustration of many who felt the committee erred in leaving Alabama out. After SMU's humiliating first-round exit to Penn State, the committee's decision was further questioned. However, the criticism sparked a heated exchange between Ingram and Fox Sports' Tim Brando. Brando, known for his outspoken opinions, took to Twitter to criticize the idea that Alabama deserved a playoff spot. He pointed out that with 3 losses, the Crimson Tide didn't have the credentials to compete. In a sarcastic message, he suggested that other SEC teams, such as South Carolina or Ole Miss, had a stronger, if questionable, case. "It's that simple, Mark. You're a great talent, but at a certain point, red glasses don't work," Brando said. Ingram, for his part, didn't let it slide. Responding directly to Brando's comment, he brought up a point that resonated with many Alabama fans. "The problem with your theory is that SC lost head-to-head to Bama." His response not only challenged Brando's argument, but also highlighted Alabama's consistent competitiveness relative to other teams considered for the playoff. The exchange reflects the divided opinion on the expansion of the college football playoff and the criteria used by the committee to select teams. The inclusion of SMU, which was clearly out of its depth against Penn State, raised questions about whether win totals should really trump strength of schedule and head-to-head performance. For Alabama fans, and for former players like Ingram, the issue isn't just about whether or not to earn a spot. It's about respecting the tradition and level of competition that the Crimson Tide represents. Even with 3 losses, Alabama has faced elite opponents in a notoriously tough conference. Losing to top-tier teams shouldn't be penalized in the same way as racking up wins against lesser opponents, as was the case with SMU. The public clash between Ingram and Brando also illustrates how the passion for college football transcends the game and extends to discussions about fairness and merit. While Ingram defends Alabama's legitimacy, Brando represents a more hardline view, prioritizing raw numbers over broader contexts. However, Ingram's message also carries a tone of optimism and defiance, "How's IT going?" a phrase that reflects the competitive spirit that defines Alabama. For many, the Crimson Tide is not just a team, it's a standard of excellence that holds up even in difficult seasons. If there's one thing this exchange and the entire CFP controversy demonstrate, it's that Alabama continues to be the center of attention, even when it's not on the big stage. That's apt. Let's see in 2025. And recruiting has been different this year. The arrival of Cam Dewberry to Alabama is a significant move for the Crimson Tide, who are bolstering their offensive line ahead of the 2025 season. Dewberry, a transfer from Texas A&M, brings not only experience but also the potential to immediately impact one of the most crucial areas of the game. Dewberry is a solid addition. A former four-star player from Humboldt, Texas, he showed his worth as a freshman, when he was named an All-American by The Athletic after starting 5 of 7 games. His growth continued in 2023, when he logged 465 snaps and demonstrated consistency at left guard. Despite a less active 2024 season, with 261 snaps, Dewberry still maintained a respectable level of performance, allowing just 1 sack and showing solidity on the inside of the line. Dewberry's transfer couldn't have come at a better time for Alabama. With Tyler Booker likely to leave for the NFL draft, the Crimson Tide face a significant void on the left side of the offensive line. Dewberry's experience, especially at left guard, makes him a strong candidate to take over as the starting quarterback. His ability to compete directly with Geno Vandemark, another transfer with experience at multiple positions on the line, creates a healthy competitive landscape that could elevate the offensive unit. Dewberry's arrival is another step in the right direction in solidifying the offensive line, which plays a vital role in protecting the quarterback and opening up the running game. With Alabama's offense looking for balance and explosiveness, having a reliable offensive line is essential, and Dewberry provides just that. In addition to directly impacting the depth chart, Dewberry's transfer also reflects Alabama's ability to attract quality talent even in a competitive transfer landscape. He is the 5th player to join the program this summer, joining the likes of Kelby Collins and Cameron Calhoun, bolstering several key positions. Dewberry's arrival also sends a clear message: Alabama remains a top destination for talented players looking to compete at the highest level of college football. As the 2025 season approaches, Alabama's offensive line is beginning to take shape, and Dewberry has the potential to play a central role. His combination of experience, versatility, and potential for further growth makes him a key piece in DeBoer's scheme. With the Crimson Tide's tradition of player development, Dewberry not only fills an immediate need, but also has the opportunity to elevate his game and contribute to the program's legacy of excellence. It's a move that not only strengthens the present, but also sets the Crimson Tide up to maintain its position as one of the most feared and respected programs in the country. Let's conquer in 2025 with these recruits. Let's hear your thoughts now. Leave a comment.